We do what it do. We do what it do. We do what it do. Welcome, people. Welcome. It is Wind Down Wednesday. We are back here, live and in living color. About to bring it to you. You guys know what we do. You know how we do it. You know what we do, when we do it, and why. So I'm sitting here. Y'all know who I am. My name is Sandy. I'm sitting here, and y'all see who over there across
Hey,
from me.
doing some last minute adjustments. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. It's Wind Down Wednesday. We're here to talk about it
We're gonna talk about it today. You know, we talk about it every weekend, every
every
week.
week. Yeah, yeah.
Every week
You
we
look
talk
at you
about it.
already ready to skip to the weekend.
Listen, because it's we'll talk about that too. It's so much to do, it's so much I got doing. I got so much going on right now. It's so many things that, I want to do, I'm trying to do, and I feel like I gotta do for myself. So it's
For
about to,
sure. Definitely.
we about to do it, but how's your week been?
Oh, it's been good. It's been going pretty fast actually. Kind of sleepy today. But it's been going well. It was nice today. So we got a little bit spoiled. It was kind of still a little cold, but I mean, I could deal with it because the sun was shining. So, yeah, I'm healthy. My family's healthy. So another day on this side of the dirt. So thank you, Lord. Just grateful. How about
Yeah.
you? How's your week? How's your day?
Um, I'm adjusting to the cold weather. I do
Woo,
not. I am one of those individuals that do not like being cold for
I
nothing.
hate it. I hate it. Yeah.
It's an adjustment for me, mentally and physically. I was just talking to somebody today about it. I think this is how I feel. I think cold weather make people sad. I don't think they are happy during the winter months.
Yeah.
So therefore, you got to make sure that you keep yourself um, busy doing something. But for me, my week has been thus far has been pretty good. You know, been sitting back doing a lot of thinking. And what's the next step? What am I doing next? And how am I going to do it? And all that other stuff. But for me, my week has been wonderful. And you know how I am. I don't complain about too much. I just because there's no need, there's no point in it. I just got to try to, keep it moving regardless of what's going on around me, what's going on with me. And, thus far, the family as well. Everybody is doing good. No complaints. Once again, I'm just trying to live life one day at a time and make it through this cold bout.
Season. I know. I'm right there with you. I agree 1,000%. Like the
Right.
fall and winter months,
Yeah.
they are dark, they are gloomy, they are cloudy, and you don't have as much energy it seems sometimes. So, get involved into some things, whether it's, going to your local recreation center,
Right. Right.
do some stuff indoors. Just kind of keep yourself around people that's gonna keep you happy and cheery, and you gotta pull that out of yourself sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and that's what it is. I think that what we as individuals need to do. So let's go right on into it. Let's talk about it. I think that's what individuals need to do is that, especially if you know somebody that's going through something, try to, help them out. But if you're going through it yourself, you got to sometimes you got to look at the bright side. You got to see that there is a brighter side on the other side of the tracks, other side of the river, other side of the hill, because we know that there are brighter days, even in the winter while it's cold. We know that there are brighter days for us because if God allows us to wake up every morning and see, someone that we love next to us or across from us or on the phone saying hello, that's a blessing in itself. That's something to be thankful for. But, I don't like the weather and I do not like being cold. I never have. So the question that I have is we're going to talk about a couple of things, but the question that I have you put yourself or life on hold? And if so, why?
Right. So before we get to your question, I do want to give a special shout out to Dive Right, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Cincinnati Police Department, and everybody behind the program, Eddie Hawkins. The last past 6 weeks was dope. Yesterday was the last day we did the Dive Right program. If you're on Facebook or social media, it's DIVERIGHT. You can check out some of the highlights and stuff, but it was basically for the youth in our community, doing flag football, hanging out with the football players from Cincinnati Bengals, doing activities. It just was a lot of fun. My daughter was involved with it. She brought her best friend who also was involved. So shouts out to them. It was a great time. Thank you, DeVry. Thank you, whole team, everybody that put everything together. It was an amazing, fun time. A lot of memories was made for sure.
Yeah, I was a part of that program. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact, I was part of the program from its inception. It's just that I missed it this year. Not intentionally, but
we
me,
missed you. Trust
hey,
me.
I'll be there next year. Yeah, I will be there next year. I told Eddie I'll be there next year, but this year I had to just, step away and take a break because I had to get, when I retired, I gave myself a whole year to
Right.
be off from around all of that stuff, only to turn around and
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
only to turn around and be back into something like that, again, which is
Hey,
what
when you call, you just call. You take a
yeah,
break, but when you call and that's your passion, it is what it is.
it is,
Because
and
my
then
uncle is the same way. He done
yeah,
retired as well, and yeah, he's in the same position you in. So it's funny.
yeah, you just got to, giving back is another, is a way. I mean, it's just some way to make you happy. We talked about the weather being, dampening things, but giving back and doing something that you want to do and doing something that you love. And I always love working with kids. I've always had that passion. I guess I must have gotten it from my mother because she was an educator. So, and of course, she had a boatload of kids. You know what I'm saying? So it was that was another thing because I had siblings that so we didn't have to worry about being by ourselves, because and we had cousins that we never had to worry about being by ourselves. So it's when you are around people and you're around kids and it's you're growing and they're growing, you're seeing the growth and you're seeing the difference makers like the Bengals, like the police department, like the firefighters, like the people that work in different positions here in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio. It makes a difference because they're trying to make a difference in the kids' life. So Dive Right program, working through the NFL is phenomenal. I thought it
That's
was
it.
always great,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and I think it's good for the Bengals or any football player to give back and take part in that organization, which is what they did. So kudos,
Yes.
kudos, kudos. Like
Yes.
I said, I had to take a break my own self, but I will
You'll
be
be back.
I'll be
You'll be
back
back.
next year with bells on and everything. So it was a great, 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 great time when I was there. So anywho, we are talking about it. Let's get down to it. And the thing about it, the question is, we got a couple other things that we're going to talk about. We try to talk about this, but we got some real couple of questions on the back end before we get off of here. We're going to talk about something that we feel is important and we want to discuss. So at the end of the day, have you ever put your life on hold? If so, why? And when I say we, as an adult, let me do that. Say, as an adult, have you ever put your life on hold as an adult? Because we know when you're a kid or a child growing up, heck, you ain't got no
You ain't
control
no
over your
choice.
life.
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
it's only so much that you can do. But have you ever put your life on hold? If so, why and for what reason?
Well, I feel like everybody can relate to this question, such a broad question. Just because, first of all, starting off, if anybody has children, we all know that at some point of our life, we all have put our lives on hold in a major way, some longer than others. But yeah, this question is so relatable. Like, so for myself, I can say yes, I have, because I have kids, and when you have kids, they become your number one priority. You want to make sure that everything with them is straight because you can bounce back, you can backtrack, you can go back. That this is their opportunity to learn, so you're giving to them, 1,000%. And so until unless you're get to a place where you're like, okay, I feel like now they're at a place, or I'm at a place where I can balance both. We still got moms that are at home moms. We got dads that are at home dads. We got moms and dads that work full time and they balance the kids and they own businesses now, several businesses. So it's a different day and time. But at one point in time, yes, I want to say when I was younger, when my kids were younger, yes, there was a lot of things that were paused, or that changed period that may no longer be of interest because my focus was my kids. So yes.
I mean, like you said, though, I think we all, as moms, as adults, grown individuals, we all have put our life on hold or standby or whatever on behalf or for our children. But outside of our child, what else have we put our lives on hold? Because I know um, I have, when I went through some stuff that I went through, I had to focus on my child. I had to make sure that she was good, things with her was good,
Yeah.
everything was right. So we do have a tendency to put what we're doing on hold for our children. But then again, there are some adults and some individuals don't even do that. They could really care less about their child and what's going on, because I knew someone that was like, they had told me, um, you doing too much for her. You're a crutch, and you need to let her grow up. You need to let her do this. Well, she is, she's grown. She makes her own decisions accordingly. And the thing about it is now, which is what I let her do what she wants to do because she is grown. But this is the thing. She's not here more. She's not even, although she lives here in the city. She lives in Cincinnati, but she ain't even with me. It's like I feel like now I'm at home by myself a whole lot because she is not here. She's always gone. So, which is making me see that she is trying to do something totally different with her life and in her life. Not saying that she don't need me no more, but I have put my life on standby. Let me say that. But not only for her, we do it for family. How many times have we done it for family? How many times have we even put our life on hold for family? Not just our kids, some of us have even put our lives on hold for a friend. Let me say that. Because let me say, my plan was not to be in the city, period. I was going to move. And those that are close to me know that I was going to get up out of here. I was going to raise the roof. I was going to be gone. I had already picked my place out, the city and state where I was moving to. What's up, Carol?
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Carolyn, this is our question, and I know you got an answer for us, but have you ever put your life on hold? If so, why? We know we do it for our kids, but is there anything else significant that that you have put your life on hold? And some people do it for job-related purposes too. They put their lives on hold because of the job. But anybody that know me, when I retired, my plan was to move up out of here because, I'm not from here anyway, so I don't have a real allegiance to this city or state because I was just staying here temporarily. But my whole thing was to get up out of here and to move. So to put my move on hold, I did that. I decided to put my moving away because I was always in the vocabulary. Yes, Kellen, I know you have. I always put it in the vocabulary, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm moving here and I'm moving there. So at some point in my retirement stage, I had to take, because somebody was in my life at the time. So I had to take that me and mine out of the vocabulary and start saying, oh, not even saying it no more. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. So I did. I put my life on hold because when you think that something else is going to take place, then there you go, Carolyn. Been there and done that too. But I don't think I did it with my ex. I don't think I put my whole life on hold or put my life on hold with my ex. Matter of fact, I know I didn't. But I understand where you're coming from, Carolyn, because there are a lot of things that I know you could have done that you didn't do because of your ex.
And it's easy to do. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy to do. It's relatable, Carolyn. Like you said earlier, there's people who don't put their life on hold for their kids. They just keep it moving, which makes me think about how important it is for me, at that time to have put my life on hold because, and even you with, your daughter being a full grown adult, close to what, 30, um, and now, you've spent that time, you've built that, you've laid that foundation. That's how it goes as a parent. Now you get to see like the fruits of your labor. You get to see like, she's going to use some of the things that she's been taught. And so, I just feel like it's not time, but that's wasted. When you put things on hold, just everything is in God's time and in His order. And we want certain things right then and there. Like for us, we plan to move as well, and I want it to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I know that's not going to be the case.
Right.
But
Right.
I just feel like everything is happens in the order and the way that it needs to.
Right. And like Carolyn said, when you're in a marriage or relationship, a committed relationship or something that you see for the future, you do have it. Well, we talked about this too the other week, sis. Being submissive.
Yeah.
So Carolyn just brought that piece up. She said, she has put her life on hold, and the reason why she did it was for her ex-husband, because she allowed him to lead her and her family in the direction that they were going into,
Naturally,
with prayers that he led you all
in the right direction,
in the right path.
right?
And not saying that it always happens, because you and I know that it don't happen all the time, because
That's true.
there's an agenda. People have agendas when they want you to do something, and then you have to derail what you're doing because you're trying to just look out, not just for yourself, but you're trying to look out for each other. You're trying to look out for them. So I get what you're saying. Me and Shanice get exactly what you're saying, because that's a part of that being submissive that we was talking about the other week.
Yeah.
Carolyn said because he was a leader, not a great husband, but he was a leader. Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did talk about that with the submissiveness because no one wants to be led by a fool. And so, it is what it is,
It is. It is. And then,
so at that time, when you're in it, you're not thinking, and I'm sure Carolyn, you didn't think like I'm putting my life on hold. You was like, okay, this is our plan, this is what we're doing. You think as one.
right.
And so, when that's no longer and you're stepping back and you're recessing, you're going through reprocessing things, you're like, wait a minute, I was following that kind of put me on hold. Like, hold on.
Exactly. That, and that's my whole thing, like Carolyn said. But then when you're married, there's a different thing. There's a different story. When you're married, when you're engaged, when you're in a committed relationship, you have a tendency to put yourself and put life and put things on hold, because like you just said, it's more than one person now. You're not in it by yourself. You're in it because
You're not supposed to be.
yeah, right. You're not supposed to be in it by yourself. Let me take that back. You're not supposed to be in it by yourself, but there are some that are in it by themselves. And then but you may not know it. I don't know if this makes sense though, but you may not know they're in it by themselves because you're thinking that it's a us thing, it's a we thing, and it's a our thing, not realizing and knowing that, hey, all along you done put yourself on hold. You done put what you plan on doing on the back burner, only to find out.
And yeah, and that's why, speaking of that, that's why it's so major, it's so important, not just this topic, but that even in a relationship, dating, and then engagement and marriage, that you are still an individual, that you're still able to do, the things that God created you to do, that you're still able to walk in those passions and not be persuaded or not feel like, okay, now that I got married, I got to do everything that's my husband's dream. Like, what about my dreams? Or, you know what I mean?
Right.
That type of thing. Or I got to be at home down. I just got to support my wife. Like, we are all individuals, and we're all creative in some way, and you can't lose that, because then you will put a whole lot on hold.
Yep. You shouldn't lose it, but it's easier said than done for some who aren't strong-willed, strong-minded, have that somewhat of an independency going on, but yet not all completely independent. but still need a little assistance here and there. But sometimes it's easier said than done, and everybody can't do that.
That's true. And every there isn't that balance always, because sometimes in a marriage or a relationship, unfortunately, you got a person that's selfish. They want you to focus more on what their passion is or what their drive is, instead of saying, hey, you got your drive, let me support you. I got my drive, you support me. And this one hand wash the other. We just go backwards and forth. So it's just something to look at. Like you said, it's easier said than done. And again, like, you don't really realize it. And Carolyn saying, you realize when you follow, you lost yourself in a plan. You just were part of a team, not part of a plan.
There it is.
But you know what? I feel like being a part of the plan is a part of being part of the team.
I was getting ready to say that. Being part of the team, if you're a part of the team, you should think that you're a part of the plan, because you are a part of the team. The two of those, they coexist with each other. How can you be a part of the team and not be a part of the plan? Now, we know it happens. We know it happens.
Yes, we do.
People have a tendency to keeping things to themselves and not putting it out there for each other, or
encouraging the other person, instead discouraging them, because you don't really want them to get out there like that, because you feel like they're gonna get too much attention, or whatever it may be. It can just be a gazillion one thing.
Right. And I agree, Carolyn. Everything, I think you should be transparent, especially if if you're hoping and you're seeking something. It's like Sis was saying, Shanice was saying earlier, if you're married, in a relationship, engaged, trying to see the future with each other, whatever, you have got to be a part of the plan, because you own the team. I believe Boucher was on the team.
Right. And I'm fighting for you, and you fighting for me, and I'm pushing you and your dream and your walk, and you pushing me in my dream, my walk, and we do coming together. Like, it's cohesive.
It is. It's supposed to be. And yes, Carolyn, we do know how, and I don't like to, I don't man bash or anything.
Never.
Women, we do foresee ourselves being a part of the plan and on the team. I don't think we ever look at it as we are individuals, or we're doing it by ourselves, or we don't want him to lead. Like Carolyn said earlier, she allowed him to lead her family. He just wasn't a good husband, but she allowed him to lead them in the right direction, which means that she put some things with her life and her career on hold, because she thought his plan included,
and he was leading in the right direction. Correct.
Yeah, she thought the plan included the team, and the team is the family, So have you put your life on hold? And if so, why? And Carolyn says, are there other teams unknown to you? Of course, there are other teams that are unknown to me, and there are other teams that are unknown to you. And the reason why I say that is, people don't tell you everything. And you said it earlier, Carolyn, you should be transparent. Transparency is key. Be honest and truthful about what you're doing. So therefore, you're a part of the plan, and you are on the team.
And that comes from what we talk about all the time, which is communication. Because you can't have, that's true, Carolyn, in the marriage. Like, you have to have that communication, dating, married, whatever. That communication has to be seamless, and you can't be giving more information to somebody outside of the team than a person that's the teammate with you. But a lot of times that's what happened.
And that is what happened. And that's called an affair. And that's called cheating, where, I'm sorry, let's just go there. And you put yourself and you put your whole life on hold, only to find out that the team that you had been batting for and playing for, and the plan that you thought you had with each other, has now been interrupted by another team. So you done put your life on hold, and you've been on standby.
I feel like it could be that, but it could be something different too. Because guys can have a good guy friend, or as ladies, we can have a good girlfriend, and there could be so many things that we're sharing with this girlfriend or with this guy friend that we should be sharing with our spouse when it comes to our team. But a lot of times that's not what happens, and it's like this that person is more comfortable with sharing with someone, their best friend or whoever outside of the spouse that they're married to, and that's a problem.
Yep, that is a problem. What's up, AJ? Thanks for
Hey, thanks for
tuning in.
tuning in.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're talking about is there ever a time in your life that you put your whole entire life or your life on hold for what or for whom
And
and
why?
what? And it's been done, and as adults, and if we have children, we have done it for our children. We probably still would do it for our kids. There are some things, not necessarily saying right now our life on hold unless our child that should become sick or something. We pray that nobody's child becomes sick.
Yes, Lord.
You have to put your life on hold for them, but we have all put our lives on hold for something or someone, whether it was a career, um, or whether it was a mate, or whether it was a child. My whole thing was when I retired, I was supposed to move, but I had to do a halt. I did a pause. I had to push the pause button. Let me say that. How about that? That sounds good.
But would you really, but would you really consider it to be on hold? Because if you're thinking about it in the capacity of when whatever was happening at that time, that was the place, you know what I'm saying, that God had you, like that was where I needed to be at that time. So I'm not necessarily feeling like I'm put on hold, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not put on hold, but I'm putting life on hold. What's up, Joe? There go the girls.
Netta,
Going
Hi,
on?
y'all.
I hope you feeling
What's up,
better.
Netta?
You like you feeling better.
I'm better. I'm
That's
better.
what's up.
I
Thank
ended up having COVID.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
See, and
Ah,
hey, there it is right there. You had to put your life on hold because of COVID.
Right.
cousin COVID got you.
Cousin COVID got you. You had to, that's proof right there that Netta had to put her life on
And,
hold
see, and she ain't playing for that. You
because
know,
of
that
COVID.
wasn't in the plan.
And that was not in the plan, but
It
she
was
had to
not.
put her life
It
on
was
hold. But
not.
welcome, we thank God that you are here.
Yes,
Glad that
ma'am.
you could be with us right
Yeah.
now. Glad to see your face, that you're back up in here and all that other good stuff. But AJ said she did when she was taking care of her mama for 18 months, no regrets.
Yeah.
And that's a life's journey right there.
Yeah.
That's something that we can't control, or we
Yeah.
have control of, because we do things. That's a part of something that we don't have control of.
And you don't look at it in the capacity of I'm putting my life on hold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm meeting a need because this is what's needed right now.
Absolutely. So at the end of the day, think about it. How much have you put your life on hold? And if so, for what and who and why? Netta,
What you say, Netta?
I do have a story. So I was years ago. I was with a guy. We was together for like maybe 5 years or whatnot, and he had 2 kids, and the mom had moved to Atlanta. Long story short, she ended up losing her baby son from a brain tumor and needed to send the daughter back here. She had moved to Atlanta. She needed to send the daughter back here. Well, the father, by that time, me and him had broke up, but the father wanted the daughter to come stay with me. And of course, I don't have no children. I can't hear nothing. Can y'all hear me?
We hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so the father wanted the daughter to come stay with me. I don't have no children, so I had already knew her. So of course, I opened my home to her. It was a good thing, but it was a curse too, because I put my life on hold for you, but I don't get no gratitude from it. So I ended up getting hurt at the end. But she's doing beautiful things. She's a beautiful young lady or whatever. But I try to teach her while she was with me gratitude. Because don't nobody
right,
owe you nothing.
right.
I didn't have to open my doors, but I did, and I ended up getting hurt in it.
Well, and that's another thing. It's like we do so much for people that the reciprocity, we don't get it back.
Yeah.
Fortunate piece,
Correct.
because we do
You
put.
can't measure it. Like it's not a scale
can't.
that you can measure it on.
Right. You can't.
Absolutely.
You can never measure it, because what you do is what you do, and how you do it is how you do it. Because the three of us know we are blessed in many ways because of the things that we have done for people. And it's not
Absolutely.
that we're looking for anything in return.
Oh,
Because,
Correct.
yeah, I might have made a U-turn, or I could have, okay, you invited me over for dinner. Hold up, wait a minute. I can't come because I got to go over here. My girl need me, or my cousin need me, or my sister need me. So I done put you all on hold because I got to go take care of something that I feel that is very important, only to get crapped on to find out that, okay, well, you really did need me to come over here. So, but I done
I
put,
could just stay where I was at.
yeah, you know, I put myself on hold trying to come and help you, but only to find out that you really did need it, you know. So it happens in many different ways of things that we do in life. It does happen with our lives, with someone else's life. I mean, but we do it, and it's like you said earlier, Trinice. This is a big, broad question. You know, have you ever put your life on hold? And we do it all the time. And guess what? We don't even realize we do it.
No, we do it on a regular basis, on a normal, you know.
Yeah.
But like again, in that capacity at that time when it happens, you don't look at it like, oh, I gotta help my mama, I'm putting my life on hold. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't look at it as like
Right.
it's a drag, like, oh, we in relationship, this is what he wanna do, I'll put my life on hold. Like, you know, every little thing is not, you're not looking at it in that aspect.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, just like when Netta got sick, you know, we all reached out, you know, is there something that we could do? You know, Netta's life was put completely on halt. Her phone even caught COVID.
Nobody's control. You hear me?
Her phone caught.
Her phone even caught.
It
It was
put on
dry.
halt.
You hear what I'm trying to tell you?
Everything was put to a halt.
Sheila, I'm still talking. I ain't talking to nobody.
Look, her
It
husband
was
was
acting out of crazy. It was acting terrible. I'm like trying to touch it. Well, it won't do nothing.
It had COVID too, girl. It had COVID too.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Everything in Netta's life was put on halt. I mean, you know, so
Oh.
but and I say that to say this: we were willing to put what we were doing on hold just to make sure that she was okay. You know, so
Yeah.
we
You
do
gotta meet that need.
we do it all the time. You know, it's not like that you don't realize you're doing it, but you're doing it for many different reasons, you know. But
Right.
when you put your, I'm like Netta, when you put your life on hold for a person that you thinking that, you
Some
know,
gratitude would be nice.
you know, you thinking that you might the next step or the next level or the next whatever, and then only to find out, pump the brakes, you know. The brakes skipping a little bit or they done went out. So one of the two.
I say don't hold your breath. You know, if you can do it, if you can do it. If you can't, you can't, you know, but don't expect anything on the receiving end, because 9 times out of 10, you might get some, but you might not get nothing on, and it's definitely not going to add up to what, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you've done or you're doing. So
reciprocity or mutual pursuit. That's what I was told. And if it ain't coming, if you ain't getting it back from anybody, you know, from anybody, family members or whomever, reciprocity or mutual pursuit. If you ain't getting that, that's a red flag. You need to probably make a U-turn. You need to figure out what you're going to do. I know one thing, don't put your life on hold. You got to keep it moving, but we do it all the time. You know, whether it's with a career or family, or a husband or a partner or whatever, we do it all the time. But you gotta think about it. Is it worth putting your life on hold? Is it worth stopping, pausing for the time that you got to do it? And if so, how long you gonna do it? How long you gonna put it on pause? How long you gonna put it on hold?
Right, and that's the thing. That's the key. It's okay to put it on hold because things happen in our lives that we can't control at times.
Yeah.
Because we've all experienced that, whether it's death, sadness, whatever. And so, like, but how long you just go stay there? That's the question, you know.
And
it was that whole on hold for a period, but it don't have to continue to be on hold.
And we all have choices. Let me say that right now. We all have choices. We all got choices that we make. We make them for ourselves. We can choose to make it for somebody else. But as an individual, we all have choices. Whatever choice you make, that is totally up to you.
Yep.
And AJ said it should be no regrets because it was your choice. It was your choice. You might be mad at yourself at the end of the day, but It was
Because
just,
at that time when you're doing it, you know, you're not knowing, you're not. I don't know nobody who purposely signs up to just put everything they doing on hold. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's never an intentional thing. It's always a look back. It's always a lesson. Like, dang, you know what? Now that I look back and I think about it, I really put my life on hold for XYZ. You know,
right.
when you really sit back and you evaluate it, but at that time when it's happening, you're not looking at it like that.
Right.
Because life is moving and stuff is happening. You're like, I gotta meet this need, I gotta do this, I'm available, you know, whatever.
And I did. I put my life on hold for my child, but my mama put her life on hold for her children too.
Exactly. I did too. And I would do it again because it's so
If I
worth
had
it.
to, I would.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
right now
The foundation is important.
It is. It's paying off, you know. And like I said, heck, I don't even have. I see her, but she don't. She pretty much ain't here. You know, I see her. She'll check in because she know this is, you know, this
It's
is home.
Yeah.
Home. But you know, it's like, hey, she does her thing and she's doing it well, and I'm proud of her. So whatever road that she decide to go down, that's totally on her. So she ain't putting her life on hold for nobody. I can guarantee you that.
Not yet. Nope.
Now,
it's a cycle. It's a cycle. We all do. You know, sometimes it's something that we choose. Sometimes sometimes we choose it. Sometimes it chooses us.
Until she get married, I'm gonna tell her, don't put
there
your
you go.
Till she have kids, baby. Don't
there
put
you
your
go.
life on hold.
There you go.
No, go ahead on. If you want to move,
but the difference is those are choices that you sign up for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She wants to move, and I want her to move. I don't want her to put her life on hold for nobody but herself.
Go see the world, girl.
If she want to move, guess who gonna help her move? We, you know, so we're in the process of doing some things, which is why
somewhere else to visit.
Hey, I got somewhere else to visit, but I do not want her to put her life on hold for nobody. Move on, move out, and move on.
That's no regrets.
With no regrets, you know, because we all do. We do it. We do it every single day and not knowing that we do it. So, but we always say too, enjoy life. You make decisions for yourself. You have to enjoy life. You have to enjoy yourself. And you got to keep that train moving and rolling because don't nobody know you better than yourself.
Right. That's right. So you know, the lesson from this is not to necessarily put your life on hold, but hey, those that are in relationships, that whether you're engaged or whatever, you know, do them vision board parties. You know, with you and your spouse. It don't have to be a whole room full of people. You know, so that y'all can continue to elevate each other and continue, you know, to be goal driven individually, and then bring the thing together. You know what I mean? So that, you know, there is no time that you feel like you putting your life on hold for, you know, what he doing or what she doing.
Yep, like Carolyn said, her son, shoot, he ain't put his life on hold. He gone to Arizona. Mama,
go ahead now.
But I gotta go, you know, but that's because we've done so much for our children that at some point they're going to move on and move forward. And
yeah, you definitely want that because we've experienced putting life on hold, and so we don't want our kids, if they don't have to experience that.
Hey, what's up, Amber?
Amber, thanks for tuning in. She said, I told you my son moved to out of state at 25, and he's so happy, not putting his life on hold for no one. Yes, that's how we teach them, because we've learned, you know, having to put our life on hold for various different things. So yeah, definitely.
Amber learned from her mom, because you know her mom, and you know I know Amber, your mama put her life on hold for you, and so I know how it goes. You know how it goes. We all know how it goes, because at this point in time, everybody but Netta got kids. But Netta put her life on hold for her husband. Netta put her life on hold for her husband sometimes, because you know I love Netta husband. That's my guy. That's my guy. That's right.
He funny. He funny.
And AJ say her son calls her every single day. What, Kellen? He took the babies? Oh Lord Jesus! Now see, we got a problem right there, Houston. We got a problem. He done took the babies.
He done put her being a grand on hold, huh? Now he done put her on hold.
Yes, I know you do, Amber. Your mama is a special mother, Amber. You know I loved your mama. You know I loved your mama. Yeah. I thought Amber was gonna be my niece. You know, I thought she was gonna be married my nephew, but we ain't gonna talk about that on the show. That's
we digress, right?
We digress, you know. So it and Carolyn said he took all of the babies. He done took all of them.
Oh, now see, now you being a grandparent is being put on hold.
Gonna put on hold.
But you can change it. Go visit. Go visit. Go visit.
Yeah, that's just, now you got another place to go. Now you can't. Now you won't be put on hold because you got somewhere else that you can go visit. The babies, the baby,
Oh,
and see that's what, and it's like, look, here I am putting stuff on hold. It's here. It's like, okay, so she's here now. Courtney's here, and she's like, yeah, Amber, you almost like to be my niece.
she like, we're gonna put that conversation on hold.
Yeah, we're gonna put that conversation on standby. We're gonna put the pause button on that. Like Courtney was just telling me that somebody about to enter into the house to let them in. I'm not letting them in. I'm not about to pause. I'm not about to put this on hold to go open the door to let them in. No, you let them in.
They got 12. What you say? They got about 12-ish minutes.
Yeah, they got about a few minutes. They got about a few minutes. Carolyn said her firstborn, he was he's been in the Marines for over 20 years and he never came back since.
Wow, yeah.
And that's sometimes that's what we do. That's what kids do. But we raise them, like you said earlier, Shanice. That's how we raise our kids. So they don't put their lives on hold because we put ours on hold for them. We teach them to move forward, to move in life, to do in life, to keep things.
To be better, to do better. Yeah.
Yeah, we want you to do better. We've always wanted them to do better than what we had anyway, and how we had it growing up. We always want them to do better. We do things for our children that people have. Well, we should. Let me say that people don't have a clue of what we're doing for them. Sometimes the kids don't even know what we're doing for them, but it is what it is.
Right.
We never give up on our kids, although sometimes I think they think we do, but we don't. We don't.
Yeah, because we've seen and been around and experienced too many kids who their family members or friends or whoever have given up on them. So it's just like so important for us to definitely not give up on our own and encourage other people to not give up on theirs.
So see Amber, that's what I'm talking about right there. So her son moved to Florida. Guess who moved to Florida too? Amber and her husband moved to Florida too. So now there was nothing here holding her back. And when he moved,
that's smart. That is smart.
Carolyn, I think Carolyn might be in Arizona soon since her son and all the grandbabies gone.
So yeah.
He's doing great. And I know he is. That's because you taught him well.
Yeah.
You taught him real well. The last thing before we get up out of here, there are two things.
Netta at home. Netta must be at home.
Yes, Netta done pulled in. She done backed in the garage. She done put us on hold.
She done put us on hold right now.
The phone, it's still sick a little bit.
Still got a little cough. It's got a little lingering cough.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
She in the garage. She done backed all in the garage and everything.
Right. She getting our groceries for the week out. All right, Netta.
Put us on hold and all that other stuff. That's okay, Netta. We understand. We understand.
She multitasking right now.
Man down.
Man been down for 2 weeks. Life been on hold for 2 weeks. Matter of fact, Netta and I and Mondo was supposed to go to a concert last weekend. And thank God the concert got canceled.
That was why, because
and I said that. I was like, Netta got sick. And
they ain't want her to get everybody in the room sick. So they said, no, we're not doing it.
So we didn't make it.
What they say is a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a done deal. We're gonna put this on hold. That's what they said.
Right.
We're gonna stand by. Pause the button. So so we all have done things that we have put life on hold for different reasons, but that's a part of life, and we know that. So
as long as it don't stay on hold, we're good to go.
As long as you know that you can keep moving. And I love my cousin, that I told y'all I went to see a couple of weeks ago, and he wants me to move, just want me to drop everything here and just move to where they are and enjoy life and have fun. But sometimes it ain't that easy. Can I do that? Absolutely. I can put things here on pause, on hold, and yet move, because life is short, and you only come around once. So you need to enjoy it to the fullest.
I
As
gotta
much
put
as
this phone on hold because I
Uh-oh.
can't let Sandy see this bed not made up.
Oh Lord, that's right. Don't do that. That's some discombobulation to me. I often say, and this is
You're
me
not.
jumping off a topic right now, jumping off of Carolyn. Thank you so very much. But it's women like you though.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Yes, and back at you, Carolyn, because
Yes.
it's women like you that have paved the way for women like us, you know, because I can recall coming in the police department. Had it not been for someone like you, I wouldn't be the individual that I am today. Wouldn't have made it in the police department had it not been for you, because you know, you took me under your wing and you trained me, you know, you put some things on hold to train me. It's
To
that
put some stuff in,
reciprocity.
to put some stuff into perspective.
Yeah, it's that reciprocity right there, and that mutual pursuit, you know. So you know, you gave back. You gave what was given to you. You gave it to me, and you know, I learned a lesson, and I learned well. Because you know, if you listen, you learn, and if you learn, you can listen. So that's my take on that. But we love you
Like,
all.
that sounds like a positive quote. I
You
like
already know.
that.
You know what I'm saying? She said, "Dare them to come for you." Exactly. You know, you get your strength from others. You know, you get your strength comes in, you know, with when you get it from other people. Because me, like we say all the time, we don't be around negative people. You know, we always like to be around positive people. My friends, I tell anybody, all my friends are married. I love being around my married friends. I don't mind being the third wheel. I learn a lot
She's
from my
never the third wheel. She's never the third wheel.
yeah, I'm never the third wheel. I love being around my married couples because you learn a lot. You know, you see a lot, you learn a lot, you know, and it's great. And it's a good thing because now I know I can't get in trouble. If I'm with, you know, if I'm with good people, I can't get in trouble. People got my back and I got their back. So that's why I love being around because you can't put me nowhere else but with the people that I'm hanging with, you know, so which is a good thing. And I love it. I don't live and now that I don't live with no regrets. But before we get out of here, we're gonna talk about I know a couple of things. The other week we talked about betting on Little League football teams. Unfortunately, here coach lost his life for whatever reason. Not saying that was that, but he was coaching Pee Wee football. It's unnecessary violence that's taking place in the city all around, you know, and it's the unfortunate piece. They're getting younger and younger and younger that's doing it. But when you are giving back to the citizens in your community, in the city that you live in, why would someone come and take your life
in front of children?
In front of other children who's seeing it. Now they're traumatized because someone that they love has been taken away right there in front of their eyes. For what reason? You know, for reasons that we don't even know. But he, from my understanding, he was well known in the city for coaching, for giving back to the community and the kids. He was well known for that. So why take his life in front of the very same children that he's giving back to? We'll never understand it. We'll never know.
No.
Just keep praying for our babies.
For sure.
Keep praying that this coach put his life on hold to help those babies probably move to the next
flourish,
level.
Do something different, you know, yeah.
To be a part of the team, to be a part of the plan to win games, you know. So just keep praying for our kids and our community because he put his whole life on hold to coach football, not just coach football, but to make a difference in lives of others. And now his life is now gone.
And now the trauma that's left behind and the PTSD and, you know, etc. for these young babies that had to stand there and like visually see that. It's heart-wrenching.
And that's sad, Carolyn.
Wow.
That the babies that you worked with actually saw that happen, you know. But like I said, he put his life on hold to help children, you know, to teach them lessons, you know, to help them be a part of a team, to socialize, you know, to lean and depend on other teammates. And now
to give kids an out, to give kids, you know, something to do. Is to stay away from these types of things.
But only for his life to be taken right in front of the kids that he's giving back to, right in front of the kids that he put his life on hold to help, which is a shame, you know. So pray for him, his family, and pray for the the
Family
children
affected, yes.
that they actually saw it. And the last thing that I want to talk about briefly is how many times do you need to be told, don't sleep with your baby? Now I get it. Things happen and accidents happen. So there's a young girl that she lost two of her babies already because she slept with them. She slept with the babies and they suffocated. Now, whether or not they suffocated from her, but she said there was mold and mildew and everything else. They had breathing issues. And you and I know as mothers, if your child has a breathing issue, anything put over their nose or face or anything like that, especially their infant,
Yep,
you know,
they're breathing. Yep.
it can hamper their breathing and cause them not to, survive or whatever the case may be. So, and now she's pregnant with twins.
Oh
So pray,
Lord.
yeah, so pray for her.
Yes, and I'm a safe sleep ambassador. The ABCs definitely you have to follow along on your back in a crib or a bassinet next to the bed.
Right. And if
But
the baby that's small, get a hamper.
they got things that you can attach to the bed to put the baby in, so the baby is separate and not in the bed, but close enough for you to necessarily have to get out of the bed, if that makes sense.
I just
So
say get a
clothes
clothes hamper. Get one of them clothes hampers.
That's super old school right there.
Yeah.
Dresser drawer,
Put some bedding on it and put the baby down in it because they won't roll away. They won't roll over. I mean, just there's
We gotta be safe. We gotta be safe. We gotta be safe.
But pray for her because she's now pregnant with twins. She's out on a $250,000 bond at the Bethany House because she is pregnant. But we just want to make sure that we want you guys to know when you put your life on hold, make sure you're putting it on hold for a good reason, a good purpose with no regrets. So we done come to that part of the show where we got to get up out of here. We got to raise the roof. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for listening. But we do have a couple things coming up and going on. Y'all know trick or treat coming. Be careful.
Please.
Be careful. Be extremely careful. If you're going to trick or treat,
do it early, follow the rules.
Yeah, please do. Don't let the kids be out by themselves. Be with them. You got plenty of time to do it because we got a week and a half or something to instill it in our children to be safe. I wish I was back on my street or in a house, period. But in a condo, it's only you're limited. I would be sitting outside by a fire pit giving out candy.
That's what we plan on doing. Yeah, we'll be in the garage and have it all set up.
With music on. So it's just that's a big event, and I'm not celebrating Halloween, but I'm just trying to see and celebrate the safety and enjoying the kids as they come through. So it is what it is. So be careful, be safe. Halloween is coming up. Brother got an event coming up soon, doesn't he?
Yes, the fundraiser for Legacy Residential Group Home. So if you can post it on your page. It's on his page, Hold Your Side Entertainment. I share it on mine as well, Chanice Gibson, Gibson Arnold. And then again, you can go to the Tuck Radio page. So we'll have something on there, a flyer for the Legacy Residential Group Home. They're having a fundraiser. So it's going to be a great time if you can come. If you're in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio, come. And we're doing a silent auction. It's going to be a really great time. So look out for that.
Yes, exciting. It's always something to do. October 29th, 2022. Come on out and see me.
Yeah.
Sports Bar and Restaurant. We got a surprise for you. So I'm telling you, if you are in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio, October 29th, it's a surprise that you don't want to miss. I'm telling you, trust me when I tell you, it's a challenge that has been accepted by many. So it's going down. So get ready to have fun. Only $5 to get in, people. Only $5 to get in.
Hey, you can't beat that with a stick.
No, and I say get there early so you can get a seat because that's just how crowded it's going to be. So get there, please get there early, and we will be starting early. And the show is from 3 to 7. So get ready.
Yeah,
when I say it's going down, the challenge for she put a challenge out there to some other people, and the challenge has been accepted.
All right.
So get ready. We got special guests going to be singing. You don't know who else. Yours truly might be up there holding it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I might be up there with the microphone. So don't be surprised if you see
Hey, if
me
that's the case, it's gonna be something to see. Listen,
don't
they don't
be
know. They don't know.
surprised. You know, I'm gonna do my best to look as sexy as I can too. Better ask somebody, because if you don't know, now you know.
Right, right.
I got to do something with this wig that continues to grow. But yeah, it's going down. And I'm like I said, bring your $5 so you can get in October 29th.
Come early. Yes.
You know, all these events and things that's going on. But be safe. We love you all, but we got to
Positive thought, positive quote. So we'll of course let Netta go first. Come on now.
This is a good one because y'all know I came late. What was the topic again?
Putting like things on hold. Why? Yeah.
Y'all go ahead, skip me.
Oh Lord. You see what I'm saying? Now she done put
I still
it
got a
on
touch
hold.
of
Her mind is
COVID.
on hold right now.
Yeah, her whole
I still got
life,
a touch of COVID.
her whole life is on hold. She done put us on hold.
She got a fog
Oh,
happening.
y'all, I'm on
Yeah.
hold.
Oh,
Brain is
Lord.
on hold.
Her life is still on hold.
Oh gosh. Well, okay, I'll go. So we talked about putting your life on hold. Listen, don't allow anything or anyone to put you on hold. Here at Tuck Radio, we always talk about our faith and whatever it is, your faith is or whoever you believe in, again, walk in that and don't allow anything to put you on hold, whether it's with a career, whether it's in your relationship with whoever, sister, brother, uncle, cousin, whatever. If it's placed on your heart or placed in your thoughts, act on it, whether it's to call somebody, text them, check on them, whatever. Like, don't put anything in your life. Look at everything in your life, but don't put anything in your life on hold.
Nothing. You got to, God has ordered our steps. We just got to walk in it. As I said earlier, reciprocity and mutual pursuit. Those are 2-3 things that you definitely need. If it's not there, it's a red flag. But don't put your life on hold for something that you may regret at the end. So always walk forward, move forward, keep that thing moving, keep pushing, and don't give up, because at the end of the day, nobody gave up on you. The reason why you're still here, and somebody is still got your back. So keep that train moving. Netta, have you figured it out yet?
I'm off hold, y'all.
Still on hold. We gonna let
Her
her.
positive quote is she on hold.
We gonna let her be on hold until next time.
Let her be great on hold right now.
Yeah, we gonna let her be on hold, because she gonna be on hold next week. But at the
Walk
end
in your greatness on your hold right now.
that's right. Keep walking in your greatness. Don't give up. Don't quit. Because there are individuals that got your back. So don't give up. Keep it moving. And if you're gonna put your life on hold, know what you're putting it on hold for and who you're putting it on hold for. But just don't put it on hold for Jesus. At the end of the day, positive in, positive out. And it's always better to give than it is to receive. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to Wind Down.